Hello everyone, and welcome back to DMG. I found this completely decimated laptop. I haven't even opened it yet. I wanted to do it live on camera to just see the decimation. Now, let me get a post-it note really quickly. Okay, I'm going to stick it on the Windows key on the bottom, so it's going to be blurred for a little bit. There we go. Because this laptop is probably not salvageable, so I want that Windows key for another machine. Look at how, like, warped the bottom of it is. Like, it looks awful. Now, I actually found it with the battery out, but I stuck it back in for ease of transport. The battery feels more flexible than it should, and like it's coming apart. So that definitely does need to be replaced. I think it's some sort of Dell Latitude, like an E7000, 8000 maybe. I've come across similar machines, specifically the E7440s, that I really like. And just from, this design, the easy open back, looks like more of an ultrabook kind of thing. It's got pretty decent I/O. You've got 2 USB on the back. Or is that why is the shielding on one of them coming out of it? Then you've got HDMI, mini display port, Ethernet, charging port. On this side you've got Kensington lock, audio, I think that's combo headphones and mic, then another USB, then a toggle wireless switch. Those are always nice. Then this side you've got where you plug in the air. That's a joke, that's the fan. And then an SD card slot. So I'm gonna open it. Oh yeah, and here's your indicators right there. This corner is completely missing, so I'm expecting a destroyed LCD. Ooh, yeah, that feels sus. Ugh. I mean, it doesn't look really broken, it's just kind of disgusting. Like, I want to touch that. So it's a Latitude E7440 according to this. We've got some serious tape going on here. The screen isn't visibly broken, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's cracked under it. I found the right charger for it. All Latitudes that I have come across at least use the same charger, so let's see this together. We've got a battery red flashing light. Gonna try and power it up. I will aim the camera a little more up. Yeah, now you can really see the taped together screen. Oh, the screen lit up. It's got a boot logo, so the screen isn't shattered. We've got it's not saving CMOS options. Why? How does this still work? System config. Let's see. No, system information. That's what it is. We've got 8 gigs, an i5 4300U. It's a 4th gen 300 CPU, so that's probably 2 cores, 4 threads, maybe even 2 cores, 2 threads. I think it's 2-4 though. Most of the 4th gen 300 series mobile chips are. At 1.9 gigahertz, yeah, core count 2. Maximum clock speed 2.5 gigahertz. Let's see if it lists our... Okay, it says we've got 64 megs video memory, 14.0 1920 by 1080 panel. Okay, so I mean this is an okay laptop. If only it didn't look like it had fallen off a cliff, I might actually be able to resell it. Now I'm gonna pop it open. Which, yeah, it says no boot device found. So that means, unsurprisingly, the likely mechanical hard drive has been obliterated. And it could just be a dead CMOS battery, or maybe the original owner never set the date and time because it was not showing those. This thing smells bad too. Looks like it fell face down in the mud. Like, even the clip of the battery is bent. What happened to you? Yeah, we've got two little screws there. It's not the easy open back like other laptops, other Latitudes I've worked on. That won't pop up. It could be A, it's either too warped out of shape to move, or B, it needs those screws. I think it's a combination. Alright, I just grabbed the screwdriver kit. We're probably going to need it. I think I've got some laptop hard drives that already have an OS on them. And if so, I'll just pop one of those in. I will eventually put an SSD in this machine if I get it working enough to sell. Is that going to come up? Oh, wow. Yeah, that is going to come up. Alright. Oh, that's why we don't have a drive. So, looks like, and we don't have a CMOS battery. You've got M-SATA WWAN PP. It's the PP hole. Alright, so that explains why it said no boot device found. One mystery solved. Another mystery is why the hell this screw is so tight. Wow. I might need to drill that out. It's going to be the first laptop screw I've ever needed to drill out. There we go. Wow. Alright. And then that screw over there literally just was not attached. I'm going to go grab a drive. I'll be right back. Alright. Grab two drives. The one that I'm probably going to put in it, and then one that should have Ubuntu on it, if I remember correctly. So yeah, it looks like the CMOS battery was pillaged from it. So someone definitely popped it open and improperly put it back together, which does explain some of the damage we are seeing. Does that size laptop drive fit in? There are two heights of laptop drives. Well, that height, okay, that will not fit, so I'm glad I have a thinner form factor laptop drive. The lid is different heights on different laptop drives. So yeah, this is definitely a thin, ultrabook kind of machine. Let me move my camera a bit. What you're hearing in the background is just another computer going on its merry way. Oh yeah, CMOS battery. And I'm pretty sure I heard that hard drive click, which is good. Ow! Static. God. I'm hearing the drive. This one moving. Luckily I have like 400 of these little batteries. Yeah, the drive's moving. So the sensor that tells it that it's closed could be broken. Is it a different connector? It is. It's a two-prong. Similar, but just two. Alright, I'll have to replace that battery at a different time. Ow! Ah! Yeah, maybe I should be wearing ESD gear. Why are you trying to boot? Oh, it's closed. Ooh, hard drive. It's booting. Nice. This whole situation up here is it's funny. Like, how do you even do that, but the laptop still works? There we go, Ubuntu. So we know it's capable of things. Okay, here we go, loading YouTube. This is definitely one of the more entry-level kind of machines, but that doesn't mean that it's not good. Like, it doesn't have a backlit keyboard, you know, or even a little flip-out light like I've seen on some. Not nearly as good as other Latitudes. The E7540 was some of the best laptop speakers I've heard. These being on the front bezel means that whatever sound you get out of the tiny speakers just immediately hits the table, so you lose a lot of dynamic range. But again, this is a pretty entry-level machine. So, I mean, it's decent. I will go on with the repair. I'll pop this drive in it. I'll keep the 8 gigs of RAM, that's nice. I was going to downgrade it to 2x2, but it seems to actually be a useful-ish machine. So, like, and you know, also, and it doesn't get very hot either. It's not very hot or loud. So we're just going to pop our Ubuntu drive out. I'm probably going to sell it with Windows 10 because most people wouldn't buy an Ubuntu laptop. Plus, you know, usually I give the Ubuntu treatment to computers that just are absolutely terrible. Like, usually that's my Core 2 Quad office machine that I sell for $50. It either gets, you know, Windows 7 or a older, lighter Linux distro. Or if I keep it for personal use because I decide it's okay but other people wouldn't quite want it, then I'm going to put the newest Ubuntu distro on it because truly it runs quite well. Finding a replacement screen bezel may be you know, more work than it's worth because I would only be able to sell this laptop for about 100, you know, 100, 120, because that seems like a fair price for a laptop with a mechanical hard drive, 8 gigs of RAM, you know, things that are pretty low spec in 2022. Now this hard drive caddy, I assume there was another part to it because this drive feels too loose. I wonder if it used one of these. I can't recall if this one was from another Latitude or from a MacBook Pro. I've got a couple of them lying around. I will put that on the drive and see if anything improves. Man, I just can't get over how destroyed this thing was. Yeah, there we go. I think it goes RF shield up. That would make sense. I'm not going to screw it to the drive because that's what noobs do. Nope, it doesn't use one of those. The drive is just that loose. That does not seem safe. Because, of course, precise mechanical equipment, bumps and jostles are very conducive to it. I'll see how expensive replacement batteries are as well. Because if I want this to be useful as more than just a desktop with an integrated keyboard and, I guess you could call it the remains of a screen, then I would want one of those. Now I could put a drive there, a little drive, but I don't think I will. Well, actually, I do have an mSATA SSD, and it says mSATA compatible. So I might just use the hard drive as file storage. The mSATA is boot. I could do that. That would be an interesting idea. Sorry, this cage is a bit bent. It doesn't actually fit on the drive or into the PC as it should, and as it used to before this met its unfortunate fate. There we go. It would be nice to have those two other screws. See if I can at least push that down into the hole. Okay, I think I can just borrow a screw from here. That doesn't seem like it would be as integral as, you know, other places. Or is that a totally different size? Unfortunately it is. Okay, so I won't be able to just steal the screw. And then I hate this. When like refurbishers put that product key on, you can't get it off. So that just ruins, invalidates that whole Windows 10 Pro key. Alright, this has a very bloatwared down copy of Windows 7 on it currently. Wait a minute, did they lie? Oh, the SSD is barely too wide to fit. Look at that. Okay, so I guess I won't be doing an mSATA boot drive. Man, this laptop just hits different. I'm going to be stealing a CMOS battery from one of these thin clients because I don't need it in here. It's one of those things that just stays powered on pretty much constantly, so I don't really need the date and time saved on this. I'm going to move it on camera to disassemble because the insides of these are kind of interesting. And don't feel bad for this thin client. They're pretty awful. There's a reason Intel stopped making the Atom line of CPUs. There we go. Yep, right there is our battery. So, here, these are pretty interesting. The processor, memory, and storage is on this RAM card, and it is literally the size of a DDR3 module, but just a bit longer. And it goes in a DDR3 slot, and that's how it interfaces with the board. So yeah, your actual computer is there. Oh, come on, the battery's soldered. Well, there's not much I can do with that. Alright, so now that all of my attempts to change the CMOS battery have been foiled, I guess it just stays with default config forever. Sorry, that was an unfortunate hiccup. Alright. I think that's all I can do at this point, sadly. I'm gonna try and put this back together. Well, first I'm gonna clean it off because, ew. I'm not gonna wipe that on my jacket, actually. Right, that was gross. Yeah, it just gets put back on here. I'm gonna observe how it latches on. Looks like it should just slide like so. Keyword should. She's a bit bent. Just a bit. Wow. Oh, I see. A couple of them are broken off. That is not very good. Yeah, the bent hard drive cage is really holding it down. Okay, now I just gotta pop these two screws back in. Yeah, if I can do more with this laptop, you will see a second video. So, if there is no second video, assume that it is just being used as an AIO kind of PC. because it's pretty decent for that. Might become my new machine for plugging drives into to test. Dang, this battery though, I mean, yeah, no wonder it didn't work. It's pretty bad. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you everyone for watching, and see you next time.